Hello, welcome to Ascending Without Wings. This reading is basically going to be somewhat of an interactive reading to look at the energies and spiritual lessons that this solstice and full moon has in store for us. So the thumbnail picture at the beginning of the video, depending on whichever card you are drawn to, that will determine which reading is for you. So there were three. Starting off with the first one, which is on the far left. The card is Crown Chakra, Archangel Micheal, I believe it is. So this is the energy that is the main sort of focus for this group of Libras that I'll be getting this reading for. So let's begin. I have invoked Archangel Micheal as usual. He was just basically the first angel that came to mind when I got into spiritual things, and always feel safe and secure when he's around. So taking his lead, and I was guided to start this channel. So I'm taking a little leap of faith myself. I'm sure all you light workers out there realize that at the moment we're all being called to step up and into our mission work, basically. So it is an interesting time to be alive, and partly the reason why this channel is around. As you know, it's called Ascending Without Wings. We're doing physical ascension on Earth for the first time ever, so Ascending Without Wings seemed appropriate. So bear with me for a second. I'm just going to check the cards. Okay, so it looks like Archangel Micheal wants to do a 4-card reading for everybody. So just grab the rest of the cards. Okay, when cards go flying like that, energy is definitely kicking, and it is the 21st in Sydney today. So solstice for me, which some people say it's the 22nd for me. So not sure. All right, just confirming those cards. For some reason I'm feeling like the bottom of the deck might be of significance. So we've got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, very fiery, passionate, enthusiastic person. She's almost fearless, but in a really sincere and heartfelt way. She's real in the most realist sense. She is what she is. She doesn't have a filter. She speaks from the heart. So that linked up with the main energy for this reading for this group of Libras. I do believe that this solstice and full moon is going to be something special for you guys. Okay, so let's begin with the reading. Okay, so you've got the Empress. So the Empress is very, very fertile. She's a very maternal person. She's mother, grandmother, wife, partner. She could even have a bunch of kids herself and work in childcare. She's that nurturing and maternal. It's almost like it's the core makeup of your soul. I do see a lot of red. So she's very passionate about these things that get her fired up, that really, make her solar plexus explode. Things, yeah. And I really strongly feel like this is somebody that actually gets very, very upset about injustices towards children in particular. I actually just heard injustices towards children. She's an amazing soul. Like, she's lived a lot of life. She's grown a lot spiritually, emotionally, and through the ups and downs of life. So this is an all-around, very wise, almost a mysterious soul. The Empress sometimes can be sort of seen as quite an intelligent character, but to this somewhat perceived detriment to others. It's a matter of perception, but I really feel like this is a very specific energy or a very specific person. So this could be you. This could be somebody in your life that at work, at home, could be anywhere. But I'm sure you can place the energy. So moving on, the next card that we have for this lot of Libras is the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is about feeling like your life is a constant round in a boxing ring, that you're constantly having to fight for survival, fight for recognition, fight, just to have your ends, to be able to make ends meet for yourself. Almost like, I feel like almost like a very burdened sense of responsibility. And it could be a misplaced sense of responsibility as well, for some reason, because this guy looks so unsure. Like, this is the thing with tarot reading. Sometimes the same image can have a very different appearance depending on the energy that's relating to it and the message that is coming through. Yeah. So, this guy actually looks quite unsure of himself, and it's like, really? Do I have the strength to keep going? Like, I feel like I've been put through the blender and spat out and molded back together again, stuck in the blender again and gone out again. Like, it's a very drained, very like, are we there yet? Have we finished yet? So I really do feel a very spiritual vibe for this reading, because of the Empress. She's quite spiritually evolved. And then you've got this, and just this vibe. It's almost like a lot of light workers and a lot of starseeds, whatever you want to call it. People that are ascending at the moment, that are on a path of some form of service or some sort of, assistance to humanity through the coming period that the world's going through. I do feel like it's very much ascension related, and it's kind of like, okay, purging, healing, dark night of the soul over and over again, losing people, finding your authentic self. It's literally the rebirth of your soul. It's painful, and it's got its moments where you're just like, why would I have signed up for this? What on earth was I thinking? What's wrong with me? But it's not you. It's not this physical 3D you. You need to realize that your soul is infinitely so much stronger than you perceive yourself to be right now. Okay? This human self finds it very, very hard to accept your divine self, or your, the aspect of you that is a part of the universe, God, source, whatever you refer to as the higher power that created us all and knows what's going on beyond what we understand. Yeah. So yes, very much a spiritual vibe there. But this card also traditionally is a little message to say it's okay. Not much further to go. You don't have much further to go, because it is a number 9, and number 10 is a number of completion. So you're one step away from being in the stage of completion, which the reason I say stage of completion, because it's almost as if, you've had stages so far. You had your, entry into ascension stage. Then you had your, okay, well, I know what's happening to me. Now, how do I balance this and my everyday life and everything that, goes on around me, job, relationships, everything. And sort of, that was another stage of getting your head around it, sort of finding a way how to sort of evolve, but at the same time function in your normal everyday life when you've got ascension symptoms and you're wiped out for a few days and things like that. It's can be full on. Okay. So it in a sense, it's another stage. So don't get, disappointed or down about it, because ultimately it's another stage. You've grown stronger. You've evolved. You've got a lot of tools under your belt. You have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience as well. It's a learning curve. Like, nobody has ever done this before in the universe. So it's the first time for everybody. And we've tried this multiple times and we have failed. So this time we're doing it right. Okay, people? And definitely this solstice and full moon, I do feel like it has a very much a leveling up, and, a little there, it's okay, we got you, from your team, because I really feel like some good things are on the way. Okay, 9 of Cups is about wishes of an emotional nature being granted. So something that's very, close to your heart, that I feel like it's been a long time coming. It's kind of like I've waited for a very long time for this. But there's a really good sense of worthiness here. Okay. And I know in the spiritual and like worker community, we have a lot of issues with people struggling to feel that they are worthy, that they are good enough, that they are capable of the great things that they're now being guided to do and to put themselves out there and, you know, to sort of share their own journey so that they can inspire and empower other people to go for it. Because in a way, it's kind of like, well, okay, yeah, we went through it. It's not easy. It's pretty soul crushing. It's pretty, you know, hair raising, pretty mind blowing, and can, you know, rock your world because you feel like the most luckiest, most loved, and most wow creature in the world all of a sudden out of nowhere, just because you've changed your perception and, you know, you've opened yourself up to so much. Big rewards, something very, very much because of the progress you've made with your healing and evolution. I like the balance of these cards. Okay, so you had the Empress. You've got a bit, okay, I'm tired. You know, I really don't know how much longer I can hang on or do this because I'm really quite tired. And then it's kind of like, no, relax. This solstice and this full moon, we are cooking up something very, very special for you. Okay, but you need to stop having a lack mentality. Okay, I don't like this reading ending on this card, so I will try and play around with it. But clearly, Arch Angel Micheal has a message. Yeah, we can, you know, raise our vibration. We can try and manifest. We can, you know, use the laws of attraction procedures, techniques, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, to try and manifest abundance, because a lot of us have been guided to step away from 3D world jobs and get into spiritual work. And some of us are kind of like, you know, I can't, you know, be telling other people how it's done. And it's not even a question of telling other people how it's done. It's a matter of sharing your experience, and the ones that resonate to your experience and your approach and your perspective, they will come to you. Okay. This is all divinely guided work. So, you know, fear of not being able to make ends meet, fear of not being able to maintain the kind of, you know, income that you're used to if you shift, there's ways to avoid that. Okay, like we're not expected to drop everything tomorrow and say no more work, no more, you know, interaction with family, friends, peers, whatever. It's not like that. It's not an instantaneous cut yourself off and turn into a hermit and go live in a mountain. We don't do that. Okay, so when you're being spiritual and you're evolving and staying high vibe, and, you know, you've done a lot of work, like this is definitely confirmation that you've done quite a lot of work. It's like I can see like a person up a really, really steep mountain, and it's like they're 3/4 way up, and just that little, you know, peak bit, he's like right there. You know, it's not far to go. He's almost at the top when I'm looking at this card. And then there's definitely blessings and something very, very heartfelt. Now, I will actually try and pull clarifiers for that one, because with this, it's kind of like, yes, good things are coming, but you still have a bit of work to do with your manifestation and your own, you know, ability to sort of reel in the things that you are trying to manifest in your life, whether that be abundance. Well, it would be, because it's a Pentacles card. It's all about things that you can, you know, see and handle in the physical world. Taste, touch, smell, all that. Okay, so I feel like there could be blessings on the way, but either there's going to be blessings coming and they're going to be some financial ones, and it's a little message for you to be grateful. And the Magician flies out as I said that. So be grateful and maintain that positive vibe that brought this to you, but do not go back to your old lack mentality ways, which made you try and manifest the funds in the first place. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, Magician flew out while I was talking about that. So definitely, you know, when we're trying to clarify the message with the Knight of Cups and that Magician. So yeah, I really do feel like this Knight of Cups is about you having tried to manifest some sort of income stream even if it's a little, lotto win, something like that, there is something in the physical world, whether it could be even a job, yeah, with a bit of pay rise. You have definitely manifested this, but don't, now that it's manifested and it's about to come into your life as a little blessing for having shifted your vibration and, tuned into all of that, don't go back to the, I feel like saying, okay, the lower income, you're still budgeting and you're still thinking within the constraints of the older budget when you've got a newer budget from a new income or whatever, the boost to your income, whatever it may be. But it's kind of like you have more to play with now. So being like this and holding on to certain bits and, too tightly, it's not good, because you're going to lose what you've manifested. All right. And the reason why I say that is because the clarifier that came out for that was the King of Pentacles. So literally you are manifesting this kind of vibe. Okay. You've manifested and attracted into yourself a very much a King of Pentacles energy. So you're manifesting abundance and you're bringing it into your life. Do not stay in the old lack mentality vibration so that you shoo it away. All right. Because as fast as we manifest things, we can also mess them up for ourselves. I'm pretty sure a lot of us realize that. So enough of that. I get a bit carried away. Also, I have recently invested in these lovely astrology cards. So I shall actually see for this lot of Libras that were attracted to the first card, which is the 7th chakra, crown chakra. So my Libran friends, what house is affected for the solstice and full moon, please? I can get my which house is affected. So it'll be interesting, since I'm pulling this after having done the actual reading, what actually comes out. Let me just check really quickly. All right. So for this lot of Libras, the 8th house is affected. So the 8th house is this transformational area of your life, is about shared resources and intense emotions. So we've got wedding rings, we've got angels, we've got butterflies. This to me screams of twin flame unions, soulmate connections, whether that be, soulmates that are partners, romantic partners, or whether they be platonic. It doesn't matter. I'll just place that there. So I will actually read some of the info from the book, because I'm just started getting my head around astrology. So Arch Angel Micheal. Those are the house cards. Can I please see what planet is affected for this lot of Libras, please? So, all right. Funny thing is, I actually pulled these cards for myself, and I got the 8th house as well. So, holy whoa. I've got the 8th house, Venus, and the planet that, the zodiac sign that is my Venus sign. And if this card is correct, it's going to be interesting. Right. So you're also being affected by the Venus energy, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Okay, this is very much about like very deep connections, like lifelong friendships. Definitely twin flame unions, because the ultimate coming home, which home is a song that I've been hearing clairaudiently just before I started this reading, actually. And I'm laughing because sometimes it goes a bit like that song that says, I don't give up F. And then I'm like, what? I don't know. Why are you sending me that kind of song? And then at other times, there's a very different vibe, like, songs like Home and What's others? Unforgettable and things like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so going back to these lovely cards. The eighth house. All right. So when we relate deeply to another person, it transforms us forever. We are the sum total of all those with whom we have shared penetrating emotions. The eighth house can represent the area of life where we succumb to the intoxicating love of another and where we abandon ourselves to passion and helpless acquiescence. This could mean the birth of a baby. It could also be an intense physical relationship. For in the sacred act of coupling, we are taken into intense primordial feeling that affects us deeply on an emotional level. If we feel betrayed by the soul who shared those bewitching moments with us, then revenge, jealousy, hatred are also possible, for this vulnerability can erupt into passion of a different kind and produce all kinds of destructive behavior. Right. Let's not get too carried away, shall we, people? So this area of your life contains all that will transform and change you. So the end of a chapter in your life is possible as you are taken from one state of being to be reborn into another. Wow. Okay, I like. The butterfly on this card represents the similar process of a caterpillar becoming a chrysalis and then a butterfly. Mystically, you can be connecting with your family history and reliving some karmic destiny. But ultimately, these experiences are all about your growth and transformation in the circle of life. Sometimes, when this house is emphasized, we can meet people who actually work in crisis situations, such as lawyers, social workers, or bereavement counselors. Money or goods that belong to others and the possessions we share with partners are also covered by the eighth house. And difficulty can arise if love turns into bitter hatred and things have to be divided up. Hopefully, you are not in this place, but if you are, try to manage the battle of wills with humility and restraint. In astrology, it can mean a legacy or inheritance of some sort is received. So there you go. Could be many, many things, but legacy or inheritance of some sort very much ties into what's come out in this reading. It's kind of like, yes, you're doing great. You're being told to hang on, but you're manifesting something, being warned not to maintain the old mentality, lack mentality. So I will just check out what it has to say about Venus. It's the whole relationship, I guess. So the current energy is focused on the part of your personality that is represented by the planet Venus. In astrology, this represents not only your self-esteem and the value you place on yourself and others, but also things you desire to make you feel good. Venus represents your aspirations, standards, and ideals, what you should give yourself to create the wow factor in your life, and your determination to fight for what you want. There may be a big uplifting thrill of desire and the feeling of ecstasy or exhilaration. At the heart of the matter in hand is the need to recognize and affirm your value as a person by giving yourself the very best you can, both in monetary terms and in the choices you make. You should revel in your very existence by indulging yourself with the best that you can. In a relationship, Venus helps us enjoy and delight in our choice of partner. Because we value and love ourselves, we will give ourselves a partner who does the same. Someone who affirms our attractiveness and desirability. Beloved then becomes a mirror who reflects our beautiful qualities back to us. If we have undervalued ourselves and allowed others to do the same, Venus, as representative of our self esteem, will test this relationship in order to protect our long term happiness. In this case, you should remember that sometimes love is not enough. Respect and honor are required too. Amen. Um, if you have chosen this card for yourself, love is in the air, and if it is right for you, you will achieve your heart's desire. Venus usually offers rewards, success, and achievement. If you have asked the cards about someone else, it is their Venus or their desire that is being activated. So I don't know, what were you guys thinking when you selected that first energy oracle, I guess? So I hope that resonated for those of you who had chosen that card. And now I'm actually going to move on to the second energy oracle card. And it would be wise of me to actually take note of certain times so that I can put timestamps. Okay. All right. So the second card that we had is number 7, action. So action is going to have a little reading now. Sorry, I'm having a temporary moment of mental blank. So I shall place this card here. Not sure if you can actually see that very well, but all right. So Archangel Michael, may I please have the cards that are the reading for number 17, not 7. Card action. Which this card, when I look at it, it always straight away to me it's the yin yang, or the chariot card. I feel like it's a combination because it says action. So, you could link it to the chariot card, which is about, moving forward in faith and without the need to control. It's kind of having complete and utter faith. It's, to me, it almost kind of relates to the Fool card, because the Fool is taking a leap of faith. He is not letting anything hold him back. He has complete faith that everything will be fine, and he goes for it. And with the chariot card, it's you don't have hold of the reins. You know you're going somewhere, and you have faith that you're going to go to the right place. So that's my correlation. Got a bunch of cards. I'm just going to check which ones are actually part of your reading for this lot of Libras. Part of reading. This one. It's part of reading. It is. Thank you. All right. It's kind of efficient in a sense. Wow. Okay. This reading's going to be pretty cool. All right. So, the second lot of Libras. We have 4 cards again. The first card that you have is your own card in the tarot, the Justice card. So, this could do with something in the legal system. This could do with contracts, business contracts, work contracts, business work. But I feel like this could be divorces. This could be, lawsuits. Those ones that people do because they're pains and disruptive things. Yeah, but I feel like with this card being related to the action card, I feel like the action that's going to be taken in relation to this case is actually going to be in your favor. And the reason why I say that, and I would not want to be held to it unless it actually happens to turn out, which I believe that major arcana cards, they're pretty much going to turn out. It's almost like a universal FYI, this is where we're headed. We're going to be swiveling down this path at some stage. So just so you know, buckle your seatbelts. You'll be fine. It's all destined. You decided this before you came down, kind of a. I know, I almost feel like the universe is going to relax, man. It's all good. Take it easy. No need to fuss the rest. But yes, divorces. I almost feel like a lot of twin flames that were married, met their twin, gone, whoa, okay, done a lot of healing, now wrapping up the karmic relationships. This could definitely be for you guys. And I feel like whatever's going to happen is going to be, a fair outcome for everybody. And, in the best interest of all parties concerned. And I feel like a lot of divorces, when they go to court, there's either assets or children involved. Okay. My divorce was very straightforward. I didn't even have to show up for anything. So, for me, there was no assets and there was no kids. It was kind of straightforward. But I feel like this is a little complex. And I feel like there is, going to court, sitting there for hours, all of that stuff, not knowing, the uncertainty, blah, blah, the tension. But I do feel like it is going to turn out for the best of everybody. Yeah. I heard for the highest and greatest good of all, as everything should be in this world. Yeah. But I do say that because you've got the Chariot card. I love how when I was talking about the action card, which is number 17, which is the sort of, core energy for this lot of Libras, for this solstice and full moon, I was actually talking about how it reminds me of the Chariot card. So I love how synchronistic these readings actually get. As I was saying earlier, the Chariot card is all about moving forward in a chariot quite fast, but not having any reins to be able to control where the, in this case, Sphinx, are actually taking you. So complete faith and trust in the universe, God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it. And also with these guys, because the Sphinx are black and white, to me that's the yin yang, masculine, feminine energy balance that we all have. And with a lot of spiritual evolution that's going on at the moment, a lot of people are waking up. You're learning how to balance your shadow side and the light that you carry. You're learning how to balance your masculine and feminine. But I really feel like this is like we've graduated and we're leveling up and we're moving forward. And I feel like this battle is going to come out in a very empowering sort of energy for you. But it's not going to be as fast as you would like. I feel like things are moving forward very, very quickly. However, you're not seeing it. So very much to me, that relates very much to the twin flame journey, where a lot of people have no interaction with their twin. They haven't heard from their twin. They wouldn't know what's going on. Okay. And at the same time, they're getting telepathy, they're getting clairaudient songs, they're getting dreams, they're doing astral travel with their twin, and waking up with these memories of he was smiling, he was happy. Wow. Okay, something's going on, but it's like that. It's almost like on the spiritual aspects when you tune in, when you're meditating, or when you just quiet your mind, you do tune into messages, you do tune into sort of feeling their energy in your heart space and in your solar plexus. It's been quite intense this year. Like literally, you can feel this energy actually inhabiting heart chakra space. It's pretty amazing, but it's the most beautiful energy in the world. It's home, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty amazing, and I feel like you feel like you're still hanging in the balance. Okay, with this card, a lot of people don't like it. I actually don't mind it because the Hangman, like I actually said in the previous reading, it's like you go through stages of ascension. You go through stages of maturing, from being a child and learning how to crawl and all that business. They're stages of growth and development. So from baby into adult, you go through stages of growth and development. We also go through stages of growth and development on a spiritual and emotional level. And I really do believe that most of my readings are very much tailored for people that are either ascending at the moment or on the twin flame journey or light workers or star seeds, not people that don't feel like there's a bigger purpose for them being here. Okay, so if you're drawn here, there's a reason. Anyway, I'll continue. The Hanged Man card. It is also a representative of Odin. So Odin was a Norse god who actually gave up an eye and hung upside down for 6 days to attain spiritual enlightenment or spiritual knowledge. Okay, now that is all about making sacrifices to progress spiritually in this case specifically. And I don't always get that vibe with this card, but I definitely get a very Odin vibe here. It's almost a message from the universe to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we know you're going through stuff. Fairness and justice is definitely coming. It's coming. It's on its way. It's in transit. However, yes, you might feel like this, but there's a lot more going on behind the scenes and underneath the surface than you actually realize. You could be on a multidimensional level right now, getting major upgrades, going through a lot of healing, going through, your Akashic records and processing stuff that's, past lives and ancestral karma and things like that. I know a lot of people are going through that kind of thing. So just because it seems quiet and it seems that nothing is really progressing, it is, but it may not be obvious. Okay, it's almost like with this card, because it's moving forward in faith, it's almost as if it's not noticeable in the 3D world with your physical eyes. This is very much something that you need to use your third eye or your psychic senses to tune into, kind of thing. But we're ending this reading on a nice note. Ace of Wands. So, yes, that hanging in the balance, it's just a temporary thing. And it's like the calm before the storm. I really feel like it's the calm before the storm because we have it followed by this card. So this solstice and full moon could be a really inspiring time. I feel like this is relating to a download because, the aces, they're cards that basically show something coming out of a cloud from the sky. So this is divinely gifted. And this is action orientated. This is something that could be business, it could be a job, it could be a new hobby that has the potential to maybe turn into something. This is about action. It's not pentacles, so there's no guarantee that this is something that you're going to get some financial output from. This could be just following your passion and finding out what it is that really makes you tick. With a lot of light workers and twins and stuff like that, people are like, what's my mission work, whatever it is that sets your heart and soul on fire, and you don't know why, but it's just so hits such a very deep nerve with you that you have to do something about it. Like it's like an injustice that you just can't ignore, or just something that you can't sort of justify by, just one person can't make a difference. I really feel like it's something like that. So whether it is, people not recycling, cleaning up the oceans, whatever it is, something like that, I really feel like this is, you're inspired to take action about something that this is, coming from above, especially when you've got spiritual growth from sacrifice prior to that. Yeah, my friend, you have leveled up and you have grown and you've evolved, and whatever inspiration and guidance that you're getting at the moment, I do believe that it is divinely inspired. And the thing is, it's not like a massive leap of faith. I feel like this is just something, whether, it could even be just starting to do regular exercise. Like it could be something as basic as an exercise regimen, whatever, to something like starting a hobby, like, joining a reading group or a meditation group, or joining yoga group, learning Reiki, something, anything. It's something where you're going to step out into the world and do something. So once again, very much ties in with what's going on with all the light workers at the moment. A lot of us are being called to step up into some major mission kind of work. And by mission, it's kind of like, okay, how are you going to serve humanity? You've grown and evolved and awoken over the last however many years. You've managed to handle the energies, etc. So now it's time for you to share your experience, your life, and the tools that you've picked up and the things that have gotten you through it with other people, and the people that are meant to hear what you have to say and see what you have to offer will find you. We're here doing work for the boss, as I like to call him. And there's no getting out of that contract. Why would you want to? Come on, man. It's like, we're working for the boss man, so how can we go wrong? Whatever we're meant to do here, we will do here, because we've got the backing of the big guy. Where's the non-computing there? I don't know. Okay, so you guys got a different planet card to the first lot of Libras. So for you, Jupiter is the planet that is affected. So it says your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. Yes, confidence to step forward and take action on whatever you're inspired to do. I like it. Yes. It makes sense. All right, so these cards are quite new. Kind of still getting used to the color. All right, okay, Jermichael, what is the house that's affected for this lot of Libras, please? For this solstice and full moon, please. Okay, pretty sure that's the one. Wow. Okay, 12th house, and like, just the image is beautiful. But it says, this is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power, oh my lord. So this definitely would be stepping into spiritual mission. This is definitely twin flames or light workers. Definitely. Yeah, now that this card's come out, I would say that. Okay, so I'm going to put them here so that I can see them, let you know what it says. So let's check out Jupiter first. gosh. It would be really wise if I looked it up, wouldn't it? Okay. So Jupiter. It says, if you have drawn the Jupiter card, then the current universal energy is focused on your confidence, courage, sense of self-belief, and potency. When this part of you is activated, you have access to your inner knowing, and divine guidance. Your guardian angel is protecting you and filling you with faith, vision, and intuition. As your confidence rises, you can tune in, gaining insights into the future. Wild guesses seem to hit the nail on the head, and you can prophesy accurately. You may dare to leap beyond your normal boundaries, forget any worries, and just know that everything will turn out well. This is the part of you that shrugs off or turns a deaf ear to the warnings of others. You will feel irritation at any limits or boundaries that your body or mind impose on you now, since you want to grow with the freedom to soar like an eagle into higher breathtaking expansion, taking imaginative leaps to allow wonder and magic in. Material prosperity is often a matter of how rich you will allow yourself to become, since you can unconsciously limit our, we can unconsciously limit ourselves by not wanting to be greedy or believing that we are not worth more. The lucky streak is now activated, so think rich and abundant. Your conviction and sense of omnipotence are rallied by, but beware of arrogance, overconsumption, overexpansion, or overly dangerous risks. You may be right, but be careful how you assert that. Your Jupiter represents growth in many forms. One form is growth of the body, but the mind and soul and spirit need growth also. You now access your faith, understanding of divinity, the spirit of the law, and philosophy, so you may challenge or grow some of these beliefs. You may also be involved with higher education, travel, exploration, or teaching. Ha! Lightworkers. Teaching? Yeah. Or even exploration, like spiritual exploration. Holding other people's hands while they're doing their spiritual exploration. That's basically what you could be doing. So 12th house, logically speaking, should be right at the back. All right, so 12th house, really gorgeous card. And I really do feel like this is very much a spiritual thing for this lot of Libras that I'm doing the reading for. So let's see. It says, it may be love, compassion, spiritual transcendence, or other outside forces that put you in a weakened place. But certainly you may not be in a powerful position. Traditionally, this area of your life is known for removing your will because something much greater and more forceful takes over. In astrology, the portion of the sky that the sun rises into as dawn breaks actually represents this area of your life. The area over the horizon that the sun occupies for the first hour or so of a new day is called the 12th house. Sunrise is not only beautiful but also spiritually powerful, so it weakens human will. All must bow to the sun's potent rays as they spread light and power over the land. They overwhelm and immobilize our resolve, so it is that in the 12th house you give yourself up to a higher cause. Hopefully, you are in a position to enjoy a mystical, spiritual, or healing encounter now, perhaps even an actual sunrise over an ocean. Feelings of sublime love or an ethereal connection to the divine are possible, so meditation would be great too. It might be wise to put off serious decisions for another time, as you may not be seeing all the facts or have a clear view of reality. Compassion for others is a feature of this area of your life, and voluntary work might feel right. Maybe it would just be nice to help someone in a selfless way. Random acts of kindness, yes. The planet and zodiac sign cards you select will be submerged in this overpowering situation. There you go. For instance, if you pick the planet card Mars, which represents your vigor, and the zodiac sign Aries, which describes highly charged fiery energy, these cards would still only make the compassion or mystical encounter more powerful or of urgent. Okay. There you are. So I hope that hit the nail on the head. And I do believe that I should finish off with Heart and Soul Oracle. And I completely failed to do that for that last reading. So I apologize. The first lot of Librans that you were drawn to that first card, and I didn't get the card. That's the one. Okay. Alright, so just one. So this is Librans. This is the card that you've got. And it says, allow your imagination to drift beyond the horizon. Beyond time, there is a world of dreams without limits, full of magical ideas, a world just waiting for you. But this faraway world is not so far. It is inside your heart, and all it takes to get there is a dream. Very nice. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. The second lot of Librans. So, for people that were attracted to the third card, the third energy oracle card that we had is this lovely card, which I believe is solar plexus. Yeah, third chakra, Arch Angel Micheal. So, solar plexus, personal power. Also, some believe the soul resides there as well. So it's kind of like, your gut feeling, your intuition comes from that. Oh. Let's see. This is quite spiritual readings for all the three groups of Librans that I've done this reading for, and I'm really glad I came to guided me to do it like this. I was kind of like, is that going to be really, really long? Yeah. It is, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I came to Michael. I have the other three cards for the reading for the solar plexus chakra card, which is 37. I see 37 a lot. And I know 3 relates to ascended masters and 7 relates to spiritual development, I think. Wow, interesting. Okay, 2 more, please. Alright, 1 more then. Wow. Sorry. Okay, Michael, 1 more card for this reading, please. Interesting. Okay, just a quick check. Okay. All right. So the first card for this lot of Librans that we have, the solar plexus chakra. Interesting. The card of rest and recovery. It's a time of, I feel like there's upgrades and downloads going on. Sometimes with the energy that is coming our way, you can actually feel like energy shifting into your crown chakra sometimes. Like you feel it. Like I randomly had a really, really sort of sharp, very, very sharp pain in my temple out of nowhere the other day. I was like, there's got to be ascension symptoms. Like, I'm hydrated and all that, but it was quite brutal out of nowhere. But it didn't last long. But yeah, this card definitely, you guys, this lot of Librans that I'm reading for now, yeah, rest up. Your body needs you to listen to it. If you try and resist all the ascension upgrades and things like that that are happening at the moment, and the energy that your body is processing and you're anchoring, your body's going to force you to get rest. All right, so don't resist. Otherwise, you'll probably just get sick and you'll be stuck in bed for weeks rather than having a day off work and getting some rest, just meditating, having a peaceful, calm space, listening to some, isochronic tones or binaural beats. There's some really amazing stuff. Like I'm thinking of the balancing the masculine, feminine energy one. There is one in particular that I've listened to a few times, and I really find it quite amazing. Just to have things like isochronic tones in the background can actually be quite uplifting. It's like sound therapy, aromatherapy, color therapy even works. Okay, I've got a chakra mat, which is like all the colors of the chakra, and I've actually had it hanging up in my room. And when I look at it, it's almost as if I feel as if whatever chakras might be a little bit off get topped up by the color when I'm looking at it. And I'll randomly be drawn to different colors on the mat. So it's kind of becomes quite obvious to me that those are the chakras that need help. And in this particular reading for this lot of Librans, it's your solar plexus. So really, it's that you're not speaking your truth. You're not standing up for yourself. You're, playing the nice guy and allowing people to make you feel like you're being pushed around. But at the same time, you kind of know that you're not asserting yourself. You're not setting your boundaries. You're not speaking up for your needs. So you feel like, oh, can't blame them. So, kind of vibe. But definitely, like this solstice and full moon, you need to rest, because if you're getting, downloads and upgrades and processing a lot of high vibe energy at the moment, you need your rest. You need to be hydrated. You need to eat, healthy food, like organic if you can. I know it can be tricky for many. It is for me, but my higher self guided me to have mushrooms, broccolini, and like green leafy vegetables like bok choy or something like that, just sort of sauteed in a bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. With rice, it's amazing, and you just feel really, really good afterwards. And it's almost like if you randomly get this idea about food, and you're like, what? Because I literally had an image of this come up while I was driving, and I was like, why do I feel so tempted by it? And I made it, and it was amazing. I felt so good. I have it at least once a week. And it really does help. So listen to your body. Like, don't ignore it, because if you're getting a few little warning signs like, oh, you need to sleep in, you need maybe a day off, go get a massage, have a saltwater bath or an Epsom salt bath. Just detox, even if you can go jump in the ocean for those of us that are in the side of the world where it's warm right now. I wouldn't expect anybody in winter to be jumping in the ocean. Okay, so moving on, the next card we have for this solstice and full moon energy for this lot of Librans is the Hierophant. So Hierophant can represent marriage, tradition, the church system, dogma, rules and regulations that must be followed. But I really feel this is kind of an institution. Like, what's really standing out is the pillars. I feel like part of this feeling drained and sort of worn down kind of energy has to do with this. It's like, okay, I have to go through this process and that process, and like red tape kind of vibe. I really feel like this is what's making you feel this tired. But it's like this unnecessary sense of obligation. If you're doing something because you feel obligated to do it, you shouldn't be doing it. If you don't authentically want to do it, don't do it. Love yourself and respect yourself enough not to waste your time on something that you really couldn't be bothered investing your time and energy into, because that's not very authentic. Actually, I am going to ask for a clarifier for this Hierophant card, because I feel like, Michael, what are we talking about here with the Hierophant? I feel like this is a job, or I'm hearing or marriage. The thrill is gone, is it? Okay. Like, seriously, a lot of us are evolving and growing spiritually at the moment. And yeah, we're changing a lot. The kind of movies, music, information that we even are attracted to, or are drawn to and are interested in, and feed our brain and, our energy body. We become quite discerning, and I really feel like this could be causing a bit of a drifting apart in certain couples. Yeah, I really do feel that, because the clarifier that I pulled for that is the Two of Wands. So feeling like this traditional institution kind of scenario, whatever it is, where it's a marriage, where it's a contract that you tied to a certain job that you really don't, there's no thrill in it anymore for you. It bores you. You're kind of like, oh, do I have to go there? Like, I don't even know these people. They have nothing in common with them. Really like, get me out of there. I'd rather stay in bed for a week than go there kind of vibe, yeah? But when it's clarified with this, I really do feel like this is something where you feel like you should stay, and you feel kind of obligated, like you have a responsibility to the situation. But this card is very much about, yes, you have a decision to make, but the only real decision to make is to follow your own heart and your own passion. Okay, ones are the fire sign cards. So fire signs are very passionate, very fiery, very action orientated. So whatever action you take, because you're feeling quite drained and obligated and tied to this situation that it doesn't resonate with you, it does not bring any joy to you, it doesn't bring you any growth and any positivity in your life. So when it's clarified by this, it's kind of like, follow your own heart. Don't let the brain go, oh, but I'm expected to do this, oh, blah, blah, blah. There'll be consequences if I, want a divorce. Yeah, people get divorced all the time. You go through a separation first and you go through a divorce, usually. It happens. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but, been there, done that, got the postcard. Trust me, it sucks at the time, but you get over it. All right? You need to follow whatever is most important to you. What is your heart and your soul telling you? If you're being drawn to having some time away from absolutely everybody and just hermit out, do it. Do what you must do for yourself, because really I feel like there's a part of you that's sort of waking up and coming to the surface, which is your strength, your personal strength, your ability to follow what it is that your own heart and soul are telling you is right for you, not what the rest of the world expects from you. Because when you do that, I do believe that whatever it is that you're going to pursue, or whatever's around the corner or on the horizon for you after this, is something that you absolutely adore. Okay, see how he's looking at that pentacle. He absolutely loves it. This is something that your heart and soul is invested in. So whether this be a hobby or whether it be an investment, it's kind of like, because of the sequence of cards that we've got here, that's the Hierophant and then clarified by the Two of Wands, and then this, I really feel like you could be walking away from a relationship, friendship of some description, some kind of dynamic where you feel quite obligated and tied to it. But walking away from it is the ultimate act of self-love. So this could even be like a narcissistic scenario where, gaslighting and all those unpleasant, pathetic, but unfortunate characteristics that some people unfortunately develop because of their own experiences. However, your emotional baggage is nobody else's responsibility to heal. We must all take responsibility for our own damage, process it, get rid of it. Nobody else is responsible. So I really feel like this is kind of, you are very stressed, you're very torn, and you don't know where to go. But this is basically telling you the only way to go is within. Follow your own heart. If you're done with these friendships, jobs, relationships, and you're being called to follow your own heart and soul and what it's guiding you to do. And I love the fact that so much yellow in this reading. Like, there's undertones of yellow in most of these cards, and the last two also. Okay, so it's all yellow background. It's also about pentacles. So pentacles is in the physical world. So this could be, living a relationship because you're finally in love with yourself. You finally discovered what true self-love is. Okay, and you know your worth, and you know you deserve better, and you're finally getting up and walking away. And this full moon and solstice, it's kind of like giving you an energetic boost. First, it is going to be an upgrade, and it's going to wipe you out a little bit. I can definitely say that, because it starts off with this. So it's going to be a massive influx of energy, and it will do amazing things for you, but it's going to take a few days for that to all kick in. And then you're going to be like, oh, why am I even doing this to myself? I finally absolutely love myself enough to say, I'm out. And trust me, the reason why I say I'm out is because you have this lovely card. So the Nine of Pentacles is about a person that is very content, and they've manifested the abundance and the world that they want for themselves, the home that they want, the job that they want, the financial security, abundance. This lady has not got a care in the world. But it's not something that's happened overnight. Like, there's a snail in the background. Snails move extremely, extremely slowly. Okay, so it's been a long time coming. And I feel like this is not going to be an immediate outcome. It's going to take months. Especially if it's a relationship breakdown. If you're living in the same space, moving out, splitting things, all that kind of stuff. It can be kind of tricky and a bit messy. Okay, so making sure my corner. What planet is affected for this lot of Librans for this solstice and full moon, please? I don't drop the cards everywhere. Sorry. Okay. Please have a planet card. Is it? I get the feeling this might be the card. Wow. Wow, okay. I really do feel like this is very much you're being called to step into mission. The sun. Oh, wow. Your immortal spirit, purpose, and destiny is involved. So this is very much light workers, step into mission. Follow the guidance that you've been given. Do it, because the Nine of Pentacles is where you're headed, and that's like ultimate abundance. All your needs are met. You do not have to worry about where your funds are coming from, what you're gonna do next week, things like that. It's creating the world that you want with the high vibe people that you want. Soul family, spiritual mission work, all that. I can't remember what house is effective for these. We should have just asked earlier. Okay. Wow. Okay. So 6th house, the work, health, and duty area of your life. Work, health, and duty. And this is destiny. Like, hello, spiritual duty, and yellow. Very much. It's kind of like, people, stand in your power. Know your authentic self. And just follow your guidance. Shut this thing up. One of the easiest things to allow your higher self to take the reins and lead, basically, so that you can make sure that you follow your life plan, is to basically say, I surrender to my higher self for my highest good on a regular basis. I used to say it at least once a day for about 6-8 months. And that combined with a whole bunch of other activations and light language things, I am now happy to report my higher self is in the driver's seat, and I have given God, the universe, whoever made us, permission to use me as a puppet for whatever service that I am meant to be doing here. So I've completely and utterly surrendered to my purpose for being here. And I really feel like so many of us are very much being called to do exactly that at the moment. Like, okay, all 3 lots of you Librans have had different house and planet cards. However, they're all very much spiritual, spiritual relationships, spiritual work, spiritual action. Wow. Okay. This is partly why I love doing readings. Okay, so I'm just going to read the Sun card quickly before this video gets really long. So the planet cards describe the part of your personality involved in a matter, and you have picked the one that describes the essential, special you, your purpose, character, and consciousness. The Sun is the ruler of your whole life, your individual identity, will, or ego, and the immortal spirit or divine awareness within. It is also your connection to the life force of the cosmos. Think of how it feels when the sun shines on a beautiful day in early summer. Don't you just want to go out and feel that warmth on your skin? Note how the brightness can lift your mood and give you joy. Or think how it feels when the skies are overcast with dark, drizzly clouds and there is no sun. Remember the heavy, lifeless feeling of a grey day when the sun is missing? The sun describes that part of you that is full of light, warmth, and confidence, your potential authority and purpose, the real essence and strength of you, your solar plexus. This special energy is important, for it is the focus of your whole life on this plane. But it is also the spirit part of you that lives on into eternity. It encapsulates the past, present, and future in the other realms where you exist outside of this dimension. It could be said to be your destiny, but outside of space-time in this world, the transcendent high vibration of you that is in contact with both worlds, but leads you very openly and obviously in this one. It is the divine child within, your Holy Spirit, if you like. This card can also represent something that you consider to be your whole life, such as your career, if it is all consuming and your reason for living. Also, marriages can sometimes be that. So, yeah. No, let's not analyze that one. All right, so sixth house. What's happening? Sixth house. I love these cards, and I'm learning a bit about astrology through this. So, thank you, universe. Okay, so the sixth house says this area of your life is the realm of work, duty, and service. It includes health and matters to do with wellness and fitness. It also concerns how we care for our bodies with regard to regular medical matters, such as routine health appointments. You may have concerns about your health and decide to take up diets, nutritional supplements, or exercise routines to manage your health better. In this house, we worry about overindulgence and deny ourselves too much self gratification. So it is a good time to reduce the calories you consume. If you select a zodiac sign card, it will describe the universal energy that influences these matters now. A planet card will tell you which part of your personality or ego is absorbed with it. This area of your life also includes work that must be done, the working environment, or fellow workers. The work could be for an income or to keep your house in good order. Hundreds of years ago, in astrology, the sixth house also included one's servants. It is still about service today, but now it is how we serve. It is in this house that we can find pleasure and fulfillment when a task is well done, because we feel good when we honor our sense of duty and hard work. One last thing concerns One last thing concerns worry, for this is the worry area of your life. If you are worried, then you should know that this is to be expected and entirely in keeping with this part of your personality. Your concerns are simply a part of life that we have to dip into now and again. They keep us on our toes and make sure that we pay extra special attention to something that we wouldn't bother with otherwise. So, no need to worry too much about your worry. Don't worry, worry what? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Okay, trust me, I've got people in my life that are a bit like those. Okay, all you ever do is worry, but do you think you could stop just for a little while, please? Okay, so one last message from the Heart and Soul Oracle for this lot of Librans. Okay, do my quick just message to finish this off, please. Okay, it's a nice card. So this lovely card says, all is possible when your heartfelt vision is in alignment with your values. Believe in your dreams, love it, breathe it, and let it fill your thoughts. But you must take action also. Work towards it a little each day until it becomes your primary action. Dreams are first envisaged, but then they must be built. You will succeed if you work at it. There you are. You will succeed. It's inevitable, especially if you're here on a divine soul mission that relates to serving humanity and changing the world as we know it, ladies and gentlemen. So, my dear Librans, I really, really hope that you have enjoyed these readings. And with those three lots of energy cards, I hope I did tune into a few groups out there. And hope you have a wonderful solstice and full moon. And I'll see you again. Thank you.